Page 338, Country Gardens. This is a part of a song, very famous melody, arranged for wind ensemble, with percussion, of course, and piano. They have a list of things they want you to do up above about playing different lines and so forth. You'll find if you're wanting to just know what it sounds like, when it has a piano part like this, chances are the piano part is playing or duplicating the notes and the pieces. So if you just play the piano part, you can hear what it sounds like. The only difference is you might want to play the bass here in octaves, because if you look at the low brass woodwinds, those are in octaves. So you can play the bass in octaves. If you do the rest here, it's here. And it's for different instruments, and they're not all concert keyed instruments. So if you want to know what key it's in, you got to find a concert keyed instrument. What key is that in? We use the piano part. 2 flats, it's B flat major. Yeah, it's fine. It's here. You get an idea of what it sounds like as far as the pitches go. You don't get the quality of the instrument sounds, but at least you get the sound. What does the harmony sound like? Now, they have a list of things they want you to play on different things, because I guess they're saying this can be in an ensemble class where some people are playing one group and or a combination of lines, and other people are playing another combination of lines and whatever. That's okay. Just keep in mind they're not concert keyed instruments, all of them. For instance, number 1 up above, play each single line, but play it in concert key, concert pitch. So the flute and oboe is fine because there's concert key. I'm not doing the whole thing, you can get it, okay? But then the B flat clarinet, remember that's a B flat instrument. Oh, it's in the name. So when a clarinet sees a C in the music, it's a B flat on the piano. So everything's got to go down a whole step. So you're playing in the key of B flat, not C major, B flat, 2 flats. And all these notes here have to go down a whole step here. You'll just keep going right on down the key. I mean, in the music, they're going down in steps there, and measures 3 and 4 here, here, half steps or whole steps. I'm just following that. So if it goes down in the music that much, I go down on the piano that much. So the B flat, and then the E flat alto saxophone. Remember, on an E flat instrument, if you simply change the clef sign, here it's treble clef because the instrument reads treble clef. If you just play that as read that as a bass clef and put it in 2 flats now, not 1 sharp here, and just play it that way. And let's just review that so we understand. E flat alto saxophone. When an E flat alto saxophone sees a C in the music, it's going to come out as an E flat on the piano. That's why it's an E flat instrument. Everything is a 6th apart. Or you can go up a minor 3rd. Either way, same difference. So it's in the key of G major here. But remember, their G major is a 6th above ours. It's B flat is concert key. So you have to go from the note written in the music, you gotta go down a 6th, a major 6th. You can go up a minor 3rd, same difference. So in the music, they have a B printed. Well, you gotta go down a 6th from there, and that is here. Now, that's our starting point. So that's how I do the E flat instruments. Just be careful that when you change the clef sign to a bass clef, you're not mentally reading treble clef and coming down an octave. You're not, that's transposing down an octave. That's like what cello would do or something like that. No. You're pretending that those notes are in bass clef, so that first note in bass clef would be a D, except you got to come up an octave. Just go an octave higher. That's all. Anyway, B flat cornet or trumpet or whatever you are is the same as the clarinet transposing. You're going to go down a step. So there, here, So you're going to go down to here, and play in 2 flats. It's the melody again. Isn't that amazing? Okay. F horn. What is F horn doing? Well, I don't know what F horn's doing. It's called an F horn because when they see a C in the music, it comes out as an F on the piano. So that's an F horn. It's a fifth apart. If you look at the key signature for F horn, it's 1 flat. It's an F. We're F major for them. But you'll notice it is a fifth below, or a fourth below, where we want to be. So I need to take all the notes in the music and go down a fifth, a perfect fifth. So that first note is here. I got to go down a perfect fifth, and I'm going to play in 2 flats here. So now look out on the 3rd measure. That is an E flat. An E flat here, that makes it an A flat, because that's a fifth below it. Here. For the French horn. And then the low instruments are concert key, just play them. You don't have to use 1 hand, you can use 2 hands if you want to. However you want to do it, I don't care. And then the percussion, you'll notice the clef sign for percussion is just those 2 little lines. It's no pitches. We're not playing a particular, actually drums do have a pitch. They do, but in the music we're not playing pitches unless it's timpani or chimes or bells or something. Here it's just like a, what is it, tambourine woodblock thingy where you're just making noise. Nice noise, it's okay, but it's rhythm. And in that case, somebody just needs to take something that you can do and just beat out the rhythm. And that 2nd measure with that 2 little lines, that's a roll. Boom, boom, boom. Just roll it. I suggest you roll it in rhythm. Something, say 16th notes or something. 1 eanda, 2 eanda. I don't do it very well because I got to shake in 1 hand and it screws me up. But that kind of thing. So somebody can do the woodblock tambourine thingy. Now that we figured all that mess out, they want you to play different instruments at the same time. Isn't that nice of them? Kind of love it. At number 1, they want you to do each line. We did that. Okay, check, done. Number 2, combination of different ones. Do the flute and the clarinet. Flute's up here. Clarinet, remember, go down a step. Here. And you're in B flat. And this is an A flat now. I'm not doing the whole thing. You do the whole thing. I'm just giving you an idea. Then they want you to do the flute, oboe, slice oboe, whatever. Could be either instrument or both. Don't care. And the alto saxophone. So that's up here. And remember the alto saxophone, we're just going to pretend it's a bass clef here. So that's our starting. Does this sound familiar to the clarinet? It's the same line until you get to the 3rd measure. So we'll try it again then. Uh-oh. Yeah. Now they're playing the same notes on the 3rd and 4th measure. The alto sax and the flute oboe, it's the same notes, an octave apart. Oh. So again, let's see, so we're here. They're playing the same instrument, the same pitch as an octave apart here. Okay. Then they want you to do the cornet and the low brass. Well, the cornet, or trumpet, is here. I mean, the music is here. That actually sounds lower than that. Just go play it here. But remember, you got to go down a step because it's like a clarinet. So here, it's here. It's like the flute, but an octave lower. Here. And the low. Something like that. That didn't sound very good, but hey, it's not my fault. It's in the music, yeah. Then they want you to do the French horn, low brass, and woodwinds. So the French horn, remember, we're going down a fifth. So instead of an A, it's a D. We're in 2 flats. Okay. So it starts here, and the low brass, it's the same bass line again. Here. They're playing the same notes on some of them. They're playing the same notes as the low brass. Okay. What else do they throw at us? Number 3, combination of 3 parts, because 2 parts wasn't fun enough. Good grief. They want the oboe, clarinet, and alto sax. Now this is typical. If you look at the score, you will find that there's a particular order the instruments are listed in. Because when we sort out music and orchestra, we help occasionally at the end of the season, we help the conductor sort out, because he's the music librarian, because he won't let anybody touch the library. When we're helping him, once we've sorted out the music into the different pieces, then we take each of the pieces and we sort them again by score order. We say, do you want it in score order? And that means according to the conductor's score. They list the instrument, that's the order. And you get so used to it, you just know what the order is. There's families of instruments you're aware of, I hope, where you have the woodwinds, the brass, the percussion, the strings, whatever. We're not using strings here, they could have. So, and you'll notice at the beginning of each line, in addition to all the lines being connected by a vertical bar, which tells you play them all at the same time, but there's a thicker bar in front of some of the lines, and that's grouping them by family. Woodwinds, that's the first 3 lines are woodwinds, and then the brass are the next 3 lines, and percussion's got its own thing going, and then of course the grand staff for the piano. So you might want to play it by family, and that's what they're doing here. They're going to play all the woodwinds together. Well, the clarinet and the alto saxophone are playing the same parts to start. And then here. And then we're here. And then the saxophone is playing the melody where the clarinet's going down. It's playing the melody here, and the saxophone or the clarinet's gone down here. And then they want the brass instrument, the cornet F horn, so again the brass instrument is just playing the harmony, and the French horn, remember. I don't think you're going to be quite that low here. You're going to come up here. Where this is here. You'll notice that the French horn part looks a lot like the clarinet part. They're doubling each other. So here, the French horn is the same as the clarinet. And then the winds are down here. Well, if that's the case, you got to do the French horn and the clarinet together, because you're down here and you don't have room. So you're up here. You do it. And then, of course, the piano accompaniment, and that you just play it. I don't know your situation on this and where you're going and what you need to do with it. If you're a teacher and you have an ensemble and you're going to work with them, then you need to be familiar with all the parts and what it all sounds like. So when they play wrong notes, and they will, you can help them get it all fixed up. You'll need to have them play them, in my opinion, as families of instruments. Have the woodwinds play, and then have the brass play, and then have everybody play, and have the percussion part play with everybody, because they can keep the beat. They keep people together. They're like the conductor. You can play the piano along with them if you need to, but it's better, in my opinion, if you don't do it a lot, because then they just rely on the piano. Don't want to go there. They want to do their own thing. The piano is there to complement, and if you can actually do this without playing the piano at all, leave the piano part out, in my opinion, that's actually a good thing. I like it when they include a piano part in here because it's like a conductor's score, a condensed conductor's score where you can see the harmony of the notes and the chords and so forth, that you know the different instruments are playing in some octave somewhere. Now, if you happen to be in an ensemble and you're the piano player, again, you got to remember that you're not a soloist here, you're a piano player, and you got to let those wind instruments with the melody come out. Because you have the melody. Just keep it down. Let the flutes have it, and whoever else had it, clarinet have it. Let them have it. They're in octaves. You come down. You be in the background. Same thing with the bass here. As long as they're solid in what they're doing, then lay off. Let them have that, because we want to hear the bass part. I want to hear the melody. So whatever the notes are, that's what we want to hear. The other stuff is filler in between. So as a piano player, you're filler in between. You're not there to shine. There's no solo here for piano. Stay out of it. Don't play this as a solo, I guess is what I'm trying to say.